thanks for joining us. Clerks around the state will have fewer options this fall to fill in missing information on absentee ballot envelopes.
And that's because today a legislative committee voted along party lines to block a rule from the state's elections commission that would have allowed clerks to fill in missing information. Political reporter Will Keneally was there for the vote and has more.
That's right. So the Elections Commission rule, under that rule, clerks would have to fill certain missing information. Say, so if you're a spouse and you are each other's witnesses for an absentee ballot, but one of you leaves off your zip code, a clerk could compare that to voter registration information and fill in that missing information. But Republicans on the committee blocked that rule from going out, saying it flies in the face of state law.
WEC or any other agency cannot determine on their own what should be left to the legislature.
The debate today was over who gets to set elections policy. Different state agencies, like the Wisconsin Elections Commission, for example, get to fill in the minutia of state law through what are called administrative rules. The legislative committee that has oversight over those rules said today that the WEC overstepped its bounds.
The statutes are very clear that the clerks, if the certificate is flawed, the clerks have two choices. One is to send it back to the voter or set it aside and not count it. That's in the statute.
The effect of this could throw out some votes that would otherwise have been counted, or also add more work to clerks to try and track down those voters to fix the mistake. Democrats on the committee blasted Republicans for their stance.
A clerk who's overworked, underpaid, has really one option: to dispose of that ballot.
And advocates like Madison attorney Jeff Mandel say it holds voters to too high of a bar. He recently challenged a Republican candidate's ballot access over that candidate leaving off some address information on their campaign filings.
I would suggest to the committee that it would be absolutely perverse for a candidate for governor to be held to a lower standard than we hold ordinary voters.
So without guidance from the legislature or the WEC, local officials will have to determine for themselves how best to comply with state law. Under state law, voters have to include their addresses on the back of absentee ballot envelopes, but the law doesn't define what an address means here. For example, can an address not include a zip code? Lawyers speaking at today's meeting say that we could see court cases around that definition.